And I believe Zion Williamson has until June 10th to decide if he wants to go back to Duke. Let's just add logic to this, which is really rare in this business because not many people do that. Let's just add logic to this that let's say he goes back and he's going to skip his rookie deal. Now, okay, if he does go back, then he's going to be back in the hopper for next year for the draft. But if I'm New Orleans, I'm still drafting Zion Williamson. I'm going to keep his rights forever. He may not want to play for me, but I'm taking Zion Williamson. Let's look at what he's going to pass up. If he's the number 1 overall pick, which he probably will be, he's going to get $9 million. Now, let's say he gets a 5-year, $100 million shoe deal. So he's going to pass all that up to go back to Duke, and then let's say he gets drafted by Cleveland next year. Now, unless you think, boy, the Knicks will be back in the mix for it, and you're going to, base that on, maybe I get lucky and I get to go to the Knicks. Why do you want to go to the Knicks in the first place? Like, what have the Knicks done where you go, now that's where I want to go? At least with New Orleans, you got a coach who's been there for a while. And if I got a GM who has built something in Cleveland when they won, okay. And I know the first thing you might say is, well, Anthony Davis doesn't want to be around that. Anthony Davis, I think, that may be more lifestyle. I want to be in Los Angeles, and I want to be with LeBron. I managed, his agents, my agents. It's a bigger stage, and, I've outgrown this. It's like when I said, before Shaq even left Orlando, and even when you had Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard's the classic example. I had been told that he thought he was bigger than Orlando. He'd outgrown Orlando. He had bought into the whole I'm next Superman and all that stuff. He goes to Los Angeles. That didn't work out well. Shaq wanted to get out, bigger stage. I understand when players want to do this. It's rare when a player goes, like Tim Duncan. How many Tim Duncans are there? One. Maybe Giannis wants to stay in Milwaukee. Maybe Kawhi wants to stay in Toronto. It's rare. Everybody wants the bigger city, the brighter lights. You can still have your brand no matter where you are. Zion can still have his brand in New Orleans. And, to be 18, 19, and you're going to go there to New Orleans, by the time your rookie contract is up, you're going to be 23. 23, you can do whatever you want. And you're not even in your prime yet. And that's why I look at it and go, Zion is going to go to New Orleans. It makes sense to go to New Orleans. You're going to have some younger players there who are going to join you, and you're going to trade Anthony Davis. I don't think Anthony Davis wants to stay. And fine. If he don't want to stay, we don't want you. Bring in some players who are going to help you. And if you want to send him to Los Angeles, where I know he wants to sign the extension, bring in those young players. And I would feel pretty good about what my team is, what my teammates are, if I'm Zion Williamson. And you're only there for 5 years. That's it. If you want to leave, you've outgrown it. You want to play someplace else, you can. But you're going to get paid probably close to $30 million, let's say, this first year. If I put your shoe deal and your rookie contract, I haven't even brought in the other outside endorsements here. So you're getting an easy 30. And for people saying, well, he could go back to Duke. Okay, he could. Technically, he can, but nobody has reported this. An actual Zion said, Zion's agent or his dad, whatever it is, considering. Now, it can be a negotiating ploy. But if I'm New Orleans, I don't blink. You're our guy. We want you here, and we're going to build a team around you. We're going to do something really special here. We're a football town, but damn it, we're going to be a basketball town by the time it's all said and done. We're going to do something special. You got to sell him because he was surprised. Was he disappointed? Probably so. He's never been to New Orleans. Go to New Orleans and then tell me if you don't like New Orleans, because it's a wonderful place, great people, but this, hey, he could go back. He can. Technically, he can go back to Duke. Do I think he's going back to Duke? No, I don't think so. And if I'm New Orleans, I'm taking him no matter what because I want his rights. And then somebody can come get him if they want to.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.